recovers his initial nonchalance, writing with purpose and certainty, and recording quickly. Many of the anecdotes in this book capture a vanished pre-digital era, when the recording industry could allow a young artist to record for months on end, live in the studio with his road-tested band, when, as on Something in the Night and Born in the USA, a gesture from a frontman to his drummer could result in a spontaneous musical moment captured forever. I was fortunate enough to spend many hours talking to Weinberg, the kind of drummer who remembers the exact details of those gestures, and just about everything else, 40 years down the road. The importance of Springsteen's musicians, the E Street Band chief among them, comes through over and over here. Bitton, his keyboardist since 1974, had many revelations to offer on how he and the rest of the band helped the songs take shape. Reevaluating Springsteen's catalog song by song offers a reminder of the essential seriousness of his project. Producer Chuck Plotkin tells me that Springsteen approached it all with the gravity of a brain surgeon, and of the near-constant internal battles waged along the way. The moments of joy and triumph in his music are hard-fought, and oftentimes not what they seem. White Americans seem to feel that happy songs are happy, and sad songs are sad, James Baldwin once wrote, and that, God help us, is exactly the way most white Americans sing them. For Springsteen, that was never a problem. Brian Hiatt, New York, 2019. Chapter 1. 1973. Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey. Blinded by the Light. When Bruce Springsteen began working on his debut album, he was 22 years old, with an entire local career behind him in the Shadowlands of New Jersey. I had a lot of experience before that, he told me in 2016, and I had a very clear idea of the kind of musician I wanted to be. His evolution was quick. His progressive hard rock band, Steel Mill, played its final shows in January 1971. By May 1972, he had grown a wispy beard and was auditioning at Columbia Records as a solo acoustic singer-songwriter. In between, he crammed in an entire roots and soul phase back on his home turf of Asbury Park, mostly as frontman for the Bruce Springsteen Band, backed by the core of what would become the E Street Band. He was Steel Mill's main songwriter, but those songs were, for the most part, vehicles for sludgy riffs and hippie boogie jams of extraordinary length. One of their signature pieces, the multi-part pseudo-rock opera Garden State Parkway Blues, was the auditory equivalent of a drive down that highway's entire 171 miles. The band built itself around the formidable lead guitar skills Springsteen first honed as a hard-gigging teenage frontman with his high school band, the Castiles. But Springsteen began to question whether he had a unique vision as a guitar player. I said, "Man, I can play the shit out of this thing, but I don't know if I have that," he told me in 2010. Along the way, Springsteen decided that his goal was to summon up a world. Songwriters do that, he told me. There was a select group of guitarists that do it, and those are the very, 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 very rare exceptions. Hendrix or The Edge. If I want to call up a world, that's songwriting. Songwriting for me. If you're Frank Sinatra or Elvis, you can call it up with your voice. If you're not, you'd better think of something else. And I knew I wasn't. I felt I'd been gifted with a very, very high-octane journeyman's capabilities, he continued. But I felt that that's what they were. And if I put those things together really, really thoughtfully, and with enormous will and vitality, I can turn all of that into something that transcends what I felt my modest abilities were. The center of it was songwriting, so I delved into that with everything I had. I stopped playing in the band. I began to play just solo acoustically, and shortly thereafter is when I got signed for Greetings from Asbury Park. He found a producer-manager, Mike Appel, who, via sheer force of will,